Ah, yes. If you haven't seen, Twitch.tv and VTubers right now are having a little bit of a kerfuffle. So, what I mean by that, obviously, and once again, I'm in the middle of playing Elite, I'm trying to bounty grind here. So, this isn't, I don't think it's super widespread, but the issue that we run into is that it's not next to no one, right? Like, there are an actual quantifiable level of people who are experiencing this. This I pulled up the post on Twitter by Alara. Seen 8 different creators so far today with this suspension. Twitch, what are you doing? Which is honestly a very, very good question. So the situation as it stands, and I do have a community post on the subject, is that there are individuals on Twitch. I don't know if it extends to more than just VTubers, but there is an issue currently in regards to bits and donations. After TwitchCon, obviously there was the whole, yeah, we're going to start telling people why they've been banned, kind of citing our sources, if you will. But I mean, I do that as the server, right? I've had people say some rather inappropriate things. I've had some people come out. This is a very, like, we're talking like very small statistic, like 0.001%, which is awesome. Like, most everyone is actually super cool. But we've had people say things in regards to, well, I can make a black powder RPG and it's completely legal. To which multiple people corroborate that's not how that works, or the way you're intending to do it at the very least is not how that works. Had people just spout some really interesting stuff. And so what I do, right? What I do at a non-Twitch level is I take what is said, I take the interaction, I log it, I keep it as evidence, and I throw it in a specific channel. That way, if it comes up again, such as, well, hey, but why am I banned? You know, what happened? You know, oh, this person banned me. Oh, he's such a jerk. He's such an a-hole. He's such a jagoff. Okay, would you like me to show why the ban took place? So Twitch, big corporation, right? Big corpo entity, finally seemed to realize that was kind of the legit way of doing things. So thus they started doing it. However, in regards to some of these bans, it's been in reference to Twitch bits. The thing where you buy the funny bits, Twitch takes a cut of that, you send the funny bits to whatever Twitch streamer you're watching, and then that translates to money, right? Very specifically, in the terms of service violation, it is using stolen payment information to purchase Twitch bits, or, and this is the one I'm thinking this is leaning towards, using botted or stolen accounts to use Twitch bits. So immediately, this actually brought up, and there could be a lack of correlation and causation here. I want to point this out. This is just strict conjecture. I feel like Twitch has a massive botting problem. Yes, there are absolutely other issues, such as the whole thing in regards to Zentrea, in regards to, not Zentrea, banning Zentrea, right? Banning individuals like Zentrea, banning VTubers like Zentrea, but meanwhile we have people with the black censor bars over their spicy bits, and that's still on the platform, right? Or ASMR section, right? Like, it's been very hit or miss, and there's definitely been people who say, okay, but how many dots make a line? How many things, how many things does it take to say, okay, but this is what's going on? At this time, I'm still giving Twitch the benefit of the doubt, strictly because, one, I do work on Twitch. I like money. But second, saying something like that does hold weight, right? If I were to make an allegation, an accusation that Twitch is strictly going after VTubers, what evidence do I have to support that? And what concrete evidence do I have? Not circumstantial, not flimsy evidence, right? There could be a number of things at play here. So I do lean on the side of, okay, this is starting to lean towards this. This is getting a little ridiculous. But every time I stream, I'm having to ban a number of view bots, best viewers on, and I truncate the links. Every link, if you were to send a link in my Twitch chat, it truncates it. It just does like 3 asterisks, because unless you're me, or unless you're someone I've vetted for the mod team, I don't allow links. That's a safety and security thing for me working in finance, right? I've had to deal with fraud of all levels. I've had to look at people, losing, $10. I would look at people losing $10,000, right? I'm very, very picky when it comes to dealing with fraud, and I try to truncate as much of those links as possible. But the bots are out of control, and that leads me into seeing this. I wonder if there's some sort of money laundering. I wonder if there's some sort of money cleaning as well going on, such as, the whole gift card scam. Buy a gift card, tell me what the gift card is over the phone, and then how do you trace those funds? Grats, you really don't, right? Or you have someone who stole, say, $10,000 from an account, and then they just buy Apple. I almost said iTunes. Wow, I'm dated. Then they buy a bunch of gift cards, but then it's kind of washes that. Do not do that. Okay, one, do not steal money. Do not engage in fraud. Okay, I'm going to come out and say that right now. But these are things that I think about in the background as, is there a larger issue here? That being said, someone in the YouTube comments did bring it up. Since CF703, thank you for that. I really do appreciate this insight, because I think it's actually interesting to consider. The most plausible theory I've seen is that this is an issue with their September promo that adds an extra 10% to 300 plus bit donations. Their bots are most likely detecting this in their automatic addition for fraud flags. If that is true, I could see that being a completely mundane thing for this, right? I could absolutely seeing this being a completely mundane, rational, and reasonable explanation. Hey, funny battery level, nice. Didn't even know that. But I did make a post about this. That being said, I want to clarify, if you don't read the community posts, that's fine. This is a brick, right? This is why I make additional videos to this. This is why I clarify things multiple times, because it is impossible for everyone to be on the same page, and you just have to understand that being in the sphere. So I did post in reference to this that I may be going on hiatus. I did kind of what I just said in regards to potential fraud. Bots, once again, correlation not necessarily being causation. I have nothing to support that. This is just a thought experiment. But until this issue is resolved, especially if there are a disproportionate number of VTubers, which I myself can't quantify at this time, it's a thing to protect myself, right? And also to protect you as the viewer, right? Such if you say had good intentions and you were to purchase Twitch bits and throw it my way, which there are people that do it, I absolutely see you and thank you for that. I don't want your account getting bopped by by either a manual review, auto process, especially if it's like, what are you talking about? I have $500 in this account. I can absolutely throw 30. And there's a thing in finance I want to kind of in tandem with this. How many times have you had a card decliner, seen somebody have a charge decline, and they get very upset? Having a charge decliner telling somebody that they don't have money is sometimes a very personal experience to some people. Some people definitely get angry over it, especially if the funds do exist. I get it. ACH transactions, processing time, all that fun stuff, especially say if you got paid. I've definitely seen some things where money wasn't put in the right account after before somebody issued a check, some weird stuff. I think this is definitely something that from a viewer standpoint can definitely be hostile from Twitch, right? If you were to say go purchase bits and you were effectively told, oh, well, you donating to the streamer, or well, this didn't clear properly. I mean, you're going to be like, well, why am I going to use this service? I think that there are definitely issues with Twitch, and Twitch really needs to focus on the viewer experience. Like, I understand, especially if they're operating in the red, right? As Pirate Software Thor, describes. But if that is the case, they need to focus on the viewer experience. They need to focus on the end user experience, and maybe not, shotgun 6 ads. Yes, there are people. You can mitigate those in the past with like commercial breaks, right? Effectively, what Twitch is coming down to is just TV. Hey, we're gonna go on commercial break, click, and then Pirate Software has the whole like ads running kind of thing. Something that I myself have the ability to do, but that becomes a little harder when I'm playing something like, say, Space Marine 2 or trying to run Dead Space 2 as fast as possible. I don't necessarily have that. And the Stream Deck, which I did have, kept trying to dox me. I know there was a couple reactions once upon a time where I had to make a hard cut because it opened like 3 tabs. And it was trying to dox me because anyways, I'm getting way into the weeds here. So, but yeah, this is something that I definitely more people are experiencing. Right now, Alara Elf Vtuber says that 8 different creators so far today have had this problem. If we go over here, this is obviously from Dino, Dragon Vtuber. Dino, I'm not entirely sure how that's pronounced. I apologize. But yeah, no, when this is a mass problem, this is something that needs to get looked at. I really feel right now both YouTube and Twitch are struggling, but that comes with the understanding that you're also a massive corporate entity with access to legal teams and support teams and systems and developers that should be making things work. Don't even get me started on AdSense right now, or not AdSense. Apologies. Don't even get me started on ads right now, especially with recent updates to now have ads potentially playing while your video is paused. there's a certain level of egregiousness to it. And that being said, I don't know what the solution is. But think just, if I go on hiatus from Twitch, I like streaming over there. I like the more social experience, but I might have to take a hiatus, especially if this is an issue, because I need to, one, protect myself, but also protect you guys, right? Getting told that your payment's been declined or charged back, or feeling like you potentially result in a streamer eating a ban. I mean, that's scummy. It's bad. And it definitely makes you feel like it's a hostile platform. And why would you ever, why would you as a consumer, why would you as a viewer hop out on Twitch if you feel like you're not being respected? That's kind of my thoughts on the situation. I know I've rambled for a little bit, gotten into the weeds. But this is one of those things I definitely want to point out. I want to see how this goes. I want to see what the resolution of this, if there is one. I want to see if this becomes more of a widespread problem. And at the end of the day, I would absolutely love more things to quantify why Twitch and YouTube seem to be crusading against VTubers. Allegedly, of course, obviously. Not that there's hard, concrete evidence. I'm sure there's many, many bans that happen every day, every hour, from multiple different people, multiple different styles of content, VTuber, PNG tuber, IRL tuber, whatever. There definitely seems to be a little bit of animosity here, to say the least. And it does come down to the Asmongold logic. How many dots does it take to create a line? So, yeah. Just things to think about. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I do appreciate that. I'll see you in the next one. I got Elite to play.